Welcome to Billboard Live. My name is Kevin Kenny, and this is a very special edition. This is the biggest audience. You can't see it now, but it is crazy here. Hanson, everybody. Unbelievable. The three gentlemen from Oklahoma are here, and you guys are going to play us 3 songs, and then you're going to hang out for a little bit and take some question and answer.
Yeah, that's the plan.
There we go. So Facebook, stay tuned. Guys, take it away.
Be warned, it might get X-rated in here.
Very crazy. It can get weird.
So we're going to play you guys sort of a range of a couple tunes. And we're going to play something brand new, a song called I Was Born. And then we are celebrating our 25th anniversary this year as a band, which is crazy. Somebody who they were doing the math, they were like, no, that doesn't make sense. 20 years since we put out a major record, but 25 since we started playing. Yeah. So we're gonna play some old and some new for you guys. Is that okay? Right. This is a brand new song called I Was Born. When I was born to do something no one's ever done, no one's ever done before. I was born to go somewhere no one's ever gone, no one's ever gone before. Oh. It's nicer the moon's my patch of green. Don't wanna take it to the same routine. I want to see the sights unseen. I want the extraordinary. Everybody's waking to the same clock. I can never be another chip off the block. Oh, 'cause I was born to do something no one's ever done, no one's ever done before. I was born to go somewhere no one's ever gone, no one's ever gone before. I was born to be someone no one's ever been, no one's ever been before. Oh. Don't need a map, can't be directed. 'Cause I've got a madness, don't need the method. Heart is a weapon and my mind's electric. I'll shock the world when you least expect it. Everybody's betting on the big guy. Don't underestimate the sting of the butterfly. Oh, 'cause I was born to do something no one's ever done, no one's ever done before. I was born to go somewhere no one's ever gone, no one's ever gone before. I was born to be someone no one's ever been, no one's ever been before. You guys want to do this with us? And there's a road out in front of me, nobody can see. I'm paving it as I go, gonna take it wherever it leads. 'Cause I want to be someone no one has been before. I was born to do, and I was born to go. I was born to be someone. And I was born to do something no one's ever done, no one's ever done before. I was born to go somewhere no one's ever gone, no one's ever gone before. I was born to be someone no one's ever been. And I was born to do, I was born to go. And I was born to be someone no one's ever been, no one's ever been before. Oh. All right. So
That's the new.
That's the new.
And then I think we're going to go all the way back about 20 years. Does that sound good? When he's
Yeah.
finished tuning.
Yeah, because that was definitely, I definitely needed a little.
does that count as an awkward handoff to guitar? So we
we're doing this tour this year, which is going to be fun. We're running all over the planet. So anybody that's watching, I imagine everybody's not from the States, so we can't wait to see you guys in Europe, Australia, South America coming soon.
South America coming soon.
So this song doesn't take us all the way back to the 25, it takes us to 20.
Well, actually, I guess you could say technically it takes us back even a couple years before that, really.
Yeah, so we wrote this song when I was probably 8. We started writing this song.
Yeah.
Which tells you...
You all laugh. It's a fact.
Yeah. We were kind of sadistic because this song is about how very few things in life will matter, you know, and that most things, you'll go through your life and they'll just come and go. Most of your friendships, most of the things that seem important, and that just very few things, and you've got to do your best to figure out what those are and then grab them and hold on to them sort of like a, you know, like a, I don't know, a bull, you know, like a
Prized
bull rider.
possession.
It's kind of like grab it, and that's sort of our life
You got
story.
to grab life by the bowl. What?
By the horns, right?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking when I
Yeah,
said
okay,
bull.
got it.
Horns.
Okay, check it, all right.
Bull horns. Anyway.
And you guys are, what the heck?
What
song
is
are they
this
talking-
song?
It's an Oklahoma thing, okay? No, anyway.
It's a song called Mbop.
Oh, yeah. Oh, 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 yeah. Yeah, so many relationships in this life, only one or two will last. You go through all the pain and strife, then you turn your back, they're gone so fast. Oh, yeah. And they're gone so fast. Yeah, yeah. Oh, so long to the ones who really care. In the end, they'll be the only ones there. And when you get old, style is in your hair. Can you tell me who will still care? Yeah. Can you tell me who will still care? Okay, yeah. Bop, ba-doo-ba-dop, ba-doo-bop, doo-ba-dop, ba-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-dop, ba-doo. Oh yeah, bop, ba-doo-ba-dop, ba-doo-bop, doo-ba-dop, ba-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-dop, ba-doo. Yeah, I say, oh yeah, in bop the gold. Yeah. Say, yeah, yeah. Plant a seed, plant a flower, plant a rose. You can plant any one of those. Keep planting to find out which one grows. It's a secret no one knows. It's a secret no one knows. No one knows. Bop, ba-doo-ba-dop, ba-doo-bop, doo-ba-dop, ba-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-dop, ba-doo. Oh yeah, bop, ba-doo-ba-dop, ba-doo-bop, doo-ba-dop, ba-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-dop, ba-doo. Oh, say, can you tell me? Oh, no, you can't, 'cause you don't know. Can you tell me? You said I can, but you don't know. Can you tell me?
Which flowers
no, you can't, 'cause you don't know. Can you tell me?
There's gonna be a TC.
You said I can, but you don't know. Can you tell me?
Which flowers
no, you
gonna
can't, 'cause you don't know. Can you tell me? You said I can, but you don't know. You said I can, but you don't know. You don't know how, Make it down. I said, bop, ba-doo-ba-dop, ba-doo-bop, doo-ba-dop, ba-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-dop, ba-doo. Oh yeah, bop, ba-doo-ba-dop, ba-doo-bop, doo-ba-dop, ba-doo-bop, ba-doo-ba-dop, ba-doo. Yeah, yeah.
We saved this one for last because we got some jams. From
Yeah,
the
so this is one that sort of comes out of some of our real deep inspirations. When we first started wanting to play music, we were listening to a lot of 50s and 60s rock and roll and Motown records and Ray Charles and all that stuff. And so, surprisingly maybe to some, but one of our biggest influences was watching the Blues Brothers. Right? We watched the Blues Brothers and we were like, oh my God, this is amazing.
I still, to this day, love the version of Blues Brothers on TBS where Aretha Franklin goes when they leave the fried chicken place, and instead of her saying S-H-I-T, she goes, "Oh, yeah, you." And it's the overdub version. It still cracks me up to this day.
Anyway, they obviously were all influenced by a lot of that music, and Ray Charles is in that movie and a lot of greats. But when we went to make this song as a single, we had to do the video as that scene from Ray's Music Exchange. It's a song called Think About Something.
When I gave you love, you know it. So when did you outgrow it? And you saw that you would find another man. Well, you've been out there shaking. Tell the boys are chasing. When you get home, you think I'll be the bigger man. Yeah. 'Cause I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about something other than you. But I know your reputation. You sent my homies. You think I would always be the fool. But I've run out of patience over this stinking situation. You won't find me crying them through. 'Cause I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about something other than you. You know it's hard to say it. Baby, every day I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about something other than you. Hey, don't you cry too bad. I can give you some respect. The junior homies never gonna change. Didn't have to do what you did, but I think you would end it like this. The love I've got is better than what you gave, yeah. Well, I got girls in line waiting for these arms of mine. Listen up to what I say. I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about something other than you. No, it's not the same. Baby, every day I've been thinking about something. I've been thinking about something other than you. Hey, Richard. Well, I've had enough of your tainted love. You give me every day. I've tried doing right through the lonely nights, but if time gets played, come on, not gonna make that same mistake. Been out there fooling, but I'm not thinking about you. I've been getting love that moves me while you've been getting around. You've been out there fooling, but I'm not thinking about you. I've been getting love that moves me, you've been getting around. You've been out there fooling, but I'm not thinking about you. I've been getting love that moves me, you've been getting around.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Keep it going for Hanson, everybody. The one, the only. That was incredible, guys. Incredible.
Thank you very much.
25 years, huh?
25 years. It's a really scary thing,
I guess the
especially
first-
when you're 36.
I was going to say, that 25 years, a quarter century isn't bad for a couple guys your age. Does it feel like 25 years? I guess that's the first question.
Oh, it feels like longer.
Yes.
No,
like 40.
it
yeah,
depends. I mean, some things. Time is strange. some things feel like yesterday, and then some things feel like you can't make them far enough away. No, it's
like mostly those polyester pants I wore in 1998.
Yeah.
But that's a whole other thing.
It was
We
in
all
at
remember
the
those.
time. It was in. It was.
It
But
was really
you know,
good.
I mean,
Promise.
the thing, the people we looked up to, and we were talking about this earlier. So many of the artists we looked up to, Zach was referencing listening to Motown, and we first heard music that was before our parents' time, even. Like, so we were listening to early rock and roll, and so when we, people we thought, oh, this is the goal, they were not of the time. It wasn't like we could call up our friends and be like, dude, did you hear the new Ray Charles song? And be like, Ray who? And so the idea of timeless songs, like writing songs and kind of the idea of careers, I mean, that was more just in how we came up. Like the idea of you write stuff and you create them and you put them out into the world. And we were completely, having a huge success on a first record that wasn't the roadmap we were setting out for. And so being 20 years in, it's not that you're not incredibly like amazed and honored to kind of have reached that threshold, but we definitely thought that we'd be doing it 25 years later.
We certainly hoped we would.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We hoped we'd,
You're doing something super cool for the anniversary. You're headed out on this Middle of Everywhere tour.
Yeah.
And it's what a great name. It's literally going everywhere around the world.
It's gone all over the place.
You're going to kick off. I guess it all kind of kicks off, though. I want to talk really quick about May 21st.
Yes.
You have your own festival.
That's right.
The Hop Jam.
Yeah.
What, beer and music
Beer
fest?
and Music Festival.
Hop Jam is sort of the culmination of a lot of things. So a few years back, we started our own beer brand, Hanson Brothers Beer, and
Yes, it does exist.
our first beer is called Hops. It's a pale ale. It's delicious.
And that's real.
Yes, that's a real thing. And we have lots of different beers. And then after doing that for a couple of years, we said, well, let's make this real. Let's make this the sort of culmination of all things that we do, and bringing music and bringing beer together. Because ultimately, doing the beer came out of this whole feeling of coming off stage after a concert and wanting to drink a good beer and wanting to like hang out on the bus. And so the Hop Jam was born, and now that's, what are we, is this 4?
Year 4.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we're based in Oklahoma. We've really, we've put our stakes down in a real way, especially in the last decade, and saying, hey, we really want to be a part
Are
of
they
this community.
sooner kind of stakes where
Yeah,
we like go in there
exactly.
and we've actually stolen the land?
And so that event, in Tulsa is, it's a huge gathering. It's downtown. We're kind of right down in the downtown district, and so it's really cool. We sort of, it's like hosting a huge party, and it's a great time, and it's a great time to celebrate kind of what we're about, which is making something that's local, making something that's quality, and sort of building something bigger than what was there when we started.
Well, and the cool thing about Hop Jam is it's like our neighborhood, right? So where we host it is about a block from where we've played our first concert ever.
Wow.
It's about a block from where our record label and our studio is based. And so it really is kind of like an invitation to our neighborhood.
Yeah.
And then the other thing is it's a big free concert. So like anybody can come, all ages. I mean, obviously the beer is not for all ages, but the music part, we just think it's a great invitation to sort of who we are and the spirit of our band and sort of our home culture, like the state we're from, the city we're from, and what we're all about.
Yeah.
On the beer side too, I mean, so we'll have over 60 breweries this year. First year we had 15. So it's like it's such. Anyway, it continued to grow
so fast.
But it's a lot of people from all over the country, all over the world that have come. But that's doing the craft beer thing is really awesome. I think the music industry could learn a lot from what's happening in craft beer, which is this idea of, especially in our digital universe of everything's accessible everywhere. There's something great about being able to go to a place where there's something special in that place, and there's a story to that. And I think like for all of us in this world of everything at your fingertips, I think we need those things. We need places that matter because of something's made there and something's different there, and there's an identity there.
Unique.
And so we're really just proud to be a part of it.
Zach, you just brought up the label. You guys have been, I don't even know if everybody knows this, but you guys have been independent now almost for like 15 years.
Yep.
You're going on almost 15 years with the independent label.
That's right.
Yeah, most of our career.
Right? And I
Yeah.
think it's so funny because now that's like the cool thing, a chance the rappers of the world and all these indie artists. You guys have been doing this for 15 years. What's it been like running your own label for that
Well,
long?
let me tell you what. Back when I was little. No.
And when we first started, like you said, in 2003, when we started the label, it was a little bit scary. A lot of people around us were going, "Don't do it, don't do it." It's career suicide. But what we had seen was that the industry we were in, we started off on Mercury when CD sales were huge and labels were still just rolling in money. And after 2 mergers, we were on a rap label, with nobody that we had originally worked with. And 4 years of making an album with people who, it wasn't that they didn't even care, it was that they weren't even qualified. It was like, so what do you think? Hold on, 1 second, let me ask somebody who knows. Hold on, I'll be right back with my opinion. Give me a minute, and I'll see if somebody knows what I should think. And
when you ask them, they would be like, well, so-and-so said this. I'm like, no, I didn't ask what so-and-so said. I asked what you think.
And we just said, we can't sacrifice ourselves to the potential of what so many bands go through, which is just career suicide. Like, we have a relationship with our fans, and we are a band. Like, being a band is about taking risks. Being a band is about doing things to change the world and to, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. That's not like about, being safe. That's not about a safety net or somebody with a big bank account that can, pay, bankroll what you're doing. And so the idea of going independent was just like, that's clearly the way we're going to get our music out. That's the way we're going to reach our fans. That's the way we're going to take control over a situation where we've been fighting. And it's been huge. It's been great. It's been a ton of work. It's been scary. But in the end, it's really paid off.
I was going to add to that just the huge credit to our fans. I mean, people, of course, as an artist, you go, I love my fans. Well, it's kind of course, you would love people that are fans of you, but
it's kind of like
narcissism. Yeah. Thank you for loving us. No, but it's deep. When I say thanks to our fans, we really did kind of bet on our fans, like the fan base, like the direct connection. Yeah. And what we knew when we started the label that the industry around us didn't get was that we already knew where they were. We knew where the real people were through a really dedicated fan base that was online. Because when we broke, when our first record broke, nobody cared about websites. I mean, truly, the conversations with executives like, websites, oh, well, who cares about that? There's like a weird intern guy that's
also is kind of probably similar to the conversations about things like Spotify and other things where they're like, oh, Spotify, what's that?
We had a website, and we launched a website, and we had some young guys that were really tech savvy, and we got started. And at the time, in that year, the MTV and Hanson's website were the two biggest sites for music.
Wow.
And so, because think about the fans, think about the community. Like, I was 14, so everybody's using the internet for the first time, getting email addresses with their first AOL account or whatever.
Absolutely.
And so, by the time we got to 6 or 7 years in, and we're dealing with all this junk, and the labels spending money and then having you try to recoup it, and then you're a rap label, and I don't even know why you're here. You're an accountant. Why are you telling me about songs? We felt a certain amount of confidence. One, we weren't going to stop being a band just because of that. And we weren't going to wait another 3 or 4 years to put out a record we knew was done. And so it's almost like we had a view from the top, and we could see how, hey, we've succeeded in this world, and we're dealing with all this mess. It couldn't have gotten worse. Because,
it couldn't have gotten worse.
And so, but we knew we could talk to the fans. And that first year, and when we put out the Underneath record, we treated it like we were starting over from a fan community, because we'd spent 4 years not touring, trying to play the game. And sorry for going on, but it comes back to last night. Last night we played a guest show at Carnegie Hall with Jimmy Webb, and we sat in with him and a bunch of icons, Graham Nash and many others. And the year that we started the label, we said we're going to treat this like we know where our fans are, right? We know that they're out there. We know they're active. We have a lot of them in the fan club community online, but we know we need to go rebuild this and rebuild that connection. Because that's 4 years is a long time when you're really not actively touring.
And so promoters and agents and all that,
and
you
so
got to prove it to everybody.
We went back out with that tour, and we finished that tour. Our goal was to finish that tour at Carnegie Hall. And that was 2003. And the end of that tour, we finished that, and we did it acoustically, which is the three of us, nothing else, nothing. And we played that tour before the record came out. We put out versions of a pre-record, and we toured that. We finished at Carnegie Hall. And looking at the Carnegie Hall audience was like confirmation that what we had done was the right step, just to look out at that room. And just walking into that room at all is amazing.
Crazy.
And so it really rung true playing this guest appearing last night with Jimmy Webb, because the last time we were there was when we did that show, which was sort of like the period at the end of that first sentence, where we said we are going to go become independent, and period. And this was whether or not that was a good idea. And so having that connection with the fans, having connection directly where we could sort of say, hey, we're betting on you guys. When we finish shows, we sort of have a final word that we usually say to the audience, which is, hey, we'll make a deal with you. We'll show up if you will. And so I think that's the exchange that that's what you kind of have to throw yourself out there, and then you make the music for yourself and hope that they show up.
Yeah, ahead of the game in just so many ways of everything you just touched on. You know what I mean? To see how the music industry is today, and you guys were doing this, 03, 04. If we can go back, though, May is a very special month for you guys.
Yeah,
We're coming up.
yeah.
I have a question. Is Hanson Day still a thing?
Oh, Hanson Day is very much a real thing.
Okay,
It's an international fan festival.
All right.
So technically, May 6th is Hanson Day.
Right.
It
the day
was declared May 6th of 98. 97 was declared Hanson Day by the governor of Oklahoma. Now that was supposed to be like in 97. It wasn't supposed to be continuing.
Yeah,
It's like an honorary day.
It's not a bank holiday. We're working on that.
Yeah.
Everybody gets off work, guys.
Yeah,
That's one way to get a fan base. Hey, by the way, every day,
Maybe
one year.
Trump will get more approval if he makes a Hanson holiday.
Let's not ruin things.
And so basically, after years of our fans celebrating it, we said, well, let's make this like an official thing. And so
Right.
this year, it happens right before Hop Jam. We actually celebrate it for about 3 days. We do
awesome.
we do concerts. We do all kinds of different kinds of things like art galleries and special events. And it's something that it's cool. It's about, we look at what we are as a band as not just simply a song or a record, but a culture and sort of like something that you can go as deep as you want into. It's sort of like
Sometimes
like
too deep.
Umbop is a great reference. It's like if you want, you can take Umbop as a pop song, and it's like that's a fun pop song. But if you want, you can go deep into the lyrics and understand the psyche of that song is really the psyche of kids who are experiencing like rejection and like seeing their dreams become a reality and sort of living with the consequences of both of those at the same time.
Yeah.
And so like our culture, Hanson Day, Hop Jam, it's like there's more if you want it.
Yeah, we need a Hanson month. You talk about
That's a lot.
Black
That's-
History Month folled by
Hey, trust me, as a guy who gets Hanson Month 24/7, sometimes you
don't
need a
want-
break.
May is also May 97. We're talking about May 6th. The debut
Yeah.
record came out.
What do you have here?
But this is pretty cool. I don't know if we can get a shot of this, or maybe Deirdre's the one to grab it. This is the Hot 100. There you go. Thank you, Zach. That is the Hot 100 from May
Vanna
24th,
Hanson here.
1997, I think is the date.
Yeah.
But it is the day that Mbop went to #1 on the U.S. charts here on the Hot 100. So, Mike, round of applause, please.
That's cool. Yeah, it's awesome.
It's cool to check out. Some classics on there.
Yeah,
in
yeah.
addition to you guys.
It's wild to look at what was out around that same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was the week that we knocked down Hypnotize.
There you go.
All right.
What else is on that list? Just real quick. What's the top 10?
Top 10. So Hypnotized by Notorious B.I.G. Return of the Mac.
Nice.
Uh,
Now
for
the
you,
Joyful Music
for you, I
Volume 2.
will by Monica. That was Say You'll Be There. That was a Hot Shot debut by the Spice Girls. Let's see. You Were Meant for Me by Jewel. That's a great song.
I feel like this turned into a game show of some kind.
Well, no, I always think it's interesting.
I Want
The
You,
song is
Soundgarden.
right with Hanson.
There's
But do you guys remember where you were when you got that news in 1997? Do you remember what you were doing when whoever?
Ooh.
I mean, who did tell you that you were #1 on the Hot 100?
I don't remember I don't remember the #1 factor. I remember hearing it for the first time on New York radio,
Really?
on WPLJ. We were getting, after doing kind of an event not dissimilar to this, we were in a van and we pulled up to our hotel. We were about to get out. We were listening to WPLJ, or the driver was, and then all of a sudden I started to get out, and then our product manager, or whatever, that was still in the car, goes, "Hey guys, wait! They're playing it." And I'm like, "Huh? What? What are they playing?" Like, they're playing Umbop. And I'm like, "Oh." And so we got back in the car and listened to it.
Stop
cool.
me.
You just sat there and listened to it?
We just
Yeah.
sat there in Times Square. I think it was a Renaissance hotel at the
Still
time.
there.
Yeah.
I remember
There-
that very specifically because when you're 12 years old and there's a gift shop that sells swords, you're like, "Booyah!"
This is the spot.
So that was pretty cool.
Yeah, that was
pretty cool.
the antique sword maker
Yeah,
place.
exactly.
Now, Umbop was originally like a slower song.
Yeah.
Some people call it a ballad before you sped it up there.
Yeah.
Was it the Dust Brothers that produced that first?
I would think of it. It's almost like a That Thing You Do.
I was
kinda
thinking- I'm so happy
it's
you
almost
said
like
that.
Thing You Do. It's not that Umbop didn't in our original version. It speeds up, but it starts off slow because the song is pretty somber.
Yeah.
Right. I was talking about the lyrics a little bit earlier. It's kind of heady. But when we went to work with the Dust Brothers, they had done Odelay. They had done like all these great records, and they're like, well, let's put it to like an old school beat.
Yeah.
And that it just that beat, it didn't make sense to be slow, and
Right.
it was like sort of like a.
Well, we actually
aha.
talked. No, we actually talked with the guys about it being slower.
Was it a
and
scary
it's-
decision at the time? Like,
It
now
was
it
a
obviously
little bit
panned
of
out
a
to be a
way.
great
Well,
decision,
it felt a
but-
little contradictory at the time because I mean, the lyrics make more sense if you sing them in the original tempo. Because what happens is the song was basically
Uh-oh, we're
a
getting
melodrama of sorts that was starting a little slower and intended to speed up.
Right.
But it begins with. You have so many relationships in this life, only. So like you're singing this, and you're like, oh, okay. Turn your back and they're gone so fast. Oh yeah. And they're gone so fast. So when you're singing those lyrics in that context, you understand what the lyric is more about, and then it kind of gets. And
But
then and then the second verse is a little bit more optimistic in some ways, and that's kind of why the song speeds up and all that kind of stuff. So anyway.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they were a huge influence on, it's important to think we had been making records ourselves. So we had made several independent records produced by ourselves, writing by ourselves. And so that connection with the Dust Brothers was really the first experience where we really had such a strong producer relationship. It wasn't that we hadn't worked with other people, but it was different. And I think they were really great partners because their vibe was mellow enough. The way they came into adding their taste to what we were doing was it was just the right intensity level that we were able to kind of find our way through that. And the record was hugely improved by their ideas, I think.
It's crazy.
Well, it's just a combination of things, and I think that the fusion of rhythm is obviously such a driver for. It's as important as the melody. So that loop and that sequence and that pocket is very much about that record.
And I think the cool thing, we talked earlier about our influences being early, these Motown records, and there was such a connection on that level with them that it allowed that bond to really work.
Well, yeah, because they're DJs, they're music nerds. They know this stuff.
Right.
So we're talking about stuff that we love, and they're like, "Oh, dude, I love that record." And we're talking about, so yeah.
It's crazy. Now you have a record that's going to live forever, guys. So congratulations on the
Thank
success.
you very much.
Best of luck on tour. I know we
Thank
got the
you.
21st date in Oklahoma. I think you're headed overseas for June, and then I think September you get things started up here in North
September
America.
will be all.
Are tickets
throughout
on
the
sale yet for the Middle of Everywhere tour?
They are on sale. A lot of sold out dates, so go get them if you want to come
Absolutely.
see us. We'd
Yeah,
love
go
to
get them
see
because
you.
they may not be there.
All right, guys. Thank you for stopping by, of
Thank
course,
you.
and thank you for watching, everybody.